function in this moment in the program is to introduce to us a special guest from the Federation of Interreligious International Body of Ministers, invited by the United Nations to work hand in hand with them, trying to provide some way of working out some peaceful solutions to the increasing religious conflicts that is raging in the Middle East. And we are most honored to have here today a representative from that international body and from the United Nations, the Reverend Thompson. Before I bring on Dr. Thompson to come and acknowledge this great achievement and the work that Reverend Dr. Liufau and his congregation have established today, I want to say this, that I think we are most fortunate to have with us a visionary leader as the Reverend Dr. Liufau. Please let's give him a...
Thank you very much. I'm overwhelmed to be here today. And this is a historic day, not only for the Tongan community, not only for East Palo Alto, I feel for the whole Bay Area, the whole of America. I am honored to be with such distinguished guests this morning. I'm honored to be with you. I know what it takes to build a church and to build a school. I have a church of which I'm pastor in San Leandro, of 1,200 people, and we have a school of 125 students, and I know it takes a lot of work, a lot of effort, even to put on a ceremony like this morning. Someone made a lot of effort, somebody worked hard, right? We had a ceremony at my church yesterday, of which I was responsible for, and the microphones broke down. I couldn't find the flowers, I couldn't find the speakers, so someone worked hard today to put on this ceremony, and I thank you very much. As Dr. Iona said, I represent the Interreligious and International Federation for World Peace, which is an NGO of the United Nations. And our task is to work towards world peace from a religious standpoint. The United Nations, as you know, was founded on great ideals. Unfortunately, those ideals have not been realized. Unfortunately, most people in the United Nations are very concerned only with their nation and don't have a bigger viewpoint. It's actually religious people who hopefully can see from God's viewpoint, a bigger viewpoint that we are all God's children. And as Jesus said, blessed are the peacemakers, because they shall be called sons of God. If we are Christians, we should be peacemakers. And it's my opinion and it's my experience, the people who can bring peace on this earth are those who pave the way for Jesus' return. Those of us who call ourselves Christians long for the day of the returning Christ. In the meantime, we should do everything within our grasp, within our power, to be peacemakers. Right after this ceremony, I have to dash up to San Francisco International Airport. We are sending a delegation today of 120 pastors from across America of all denominations who are going to the Middle East. They are going to Jerusalem on a peace mission. I participated in such a peace mission earlier this year, at which we brought together Jews and Muslims and Christians to dialogue together beyond the past, beyond nationality, beyond race, but because we are people of faith, people who believe in one God, and people who want to see a better future for our children. 120 pastors are going today to Jerusalem, where they will meet not with the politicians, but they will meet with the chief rabbis and the head imams and the pastors and religious leaders of the Christian faith in Jerusalem. The United Nations really needs a revival of its founding spirit. The proposal of the Interreligious and International Federation for World Peace is that the United Nations have a religious component to it. A religious component made up of people not of narrow religion, but people who see things from a big viewpoint. People who are concerned for all people of the world. People who embody the love of Christ. People who really intend to live out their faith. We have a proposal at the United Nations proposed by the International Interreligious Federation for World Peace, picked up by the President of the Philippines, who is proposing that the United Nations adopt a religious body who will be like the conscience of the United Nations. There will be an upper body who supervise the political goings-on. Because, as I mentioned, the political people cannot bring peace. Only religious people can do that. Having said that, I know many people who think religion is the problem. Where I'm from, on the East Bay, Auckland, every day in the newspapers, they count the number of murders. Are there no churches in Auckland? There are more churches in Auckland probably than any other city I've ever seen. There are 1,000 different Christian churches, Christian denominations in the city of Auckland. Religion that does not practice its religion is useless. We must practice our religion. In my church we say, it doesn't matter how many people come in the doors. What matters is how many people go out to serve the Lord. I'm honored to be with you today. And I'm honored to be amongst people of faith, people of courage, people who are doing something great. Our organization is always on the lookout for people who are really ambassadors for peace. Today amongst us we have with us an ambassador for peace, and that is, and please forgive my pronunciation in advance, the Reverend Dr. Liufau, Vailea, Saulala. My organization is proud to know such a great man. I'm learning myself the things you already know, that he is a man of love, a man of faith, but also a man of action. And for that reason, I would like to present to him the Ambassador for Peace certificate. The Ambassadors for Peace Ambassadors for Peace exist in 189 countries around the world. It's made up of people of faith, people of good conscience, people involved in all fields of social work, the media, politics, religion, education. It's made up of people who are serious about living as Jesus would like us to live, as peacemakers. plaque for you. The Ambassador for Peace. Consistent with its mission to establish world peace, the Interreligious and International Federation for World Peace acknowledges as Ambassador for Peace those individuals whose lives exemplify the ideal of living for the sake of others, and who dedicate themselves to practices which promote the founding ideals of the United Nations: universal moral values, strong family life, interreligious cooperation, international harmony, and renewal of the United Nations, a responsible public media, and the establishment of a culture of peace. Transcending racial, national, and religious barriers, the Ambassadors for Peace contribute to the fulfillment of the hope of all ages, a unified world of peace wherein the spiritual and material dimensions of life are harmonized. The Interreligious and International Federation for World Peace is proud to hereby recognize as an Ambassador for Peace the Reverend Dr. Saulala. I just want to say to you, please understand how valuable this man is. If you don't appreciate his value enough, I'm going to take him to my church. It's very rare in this world to be in the company of a real man of God. Blessed are the peacemakers, because they shall be called sons of God. I believe we're in the presence of a peacemaker today. God bless you.
I'm so honored to be one of those who like to promote peace in our world. As you said, Jesus himself said that blessed are the peacemakers, they shall be called the children of God. For that, I want to say again, thank you. Thank the chairman and this organizing committee of the World Peace, the UN Religious Affiliation Body. I'll do my best to continue to live up to the standard and expectation of this very, very prestigious body. Thank you. May God